Hello class. So today what we'd like to do is we'd like to do some review on rational expressions. Multiplication, division, simplification, and also complex fractions. We'll do the addition and subtraction of the rational expressions later. Alright, so let's look at the first one here. How are we going to simplify this one? Alright, first step is to factor. So let's try to do that. When you factor x squared minus x minus 6, you'll realize that two numbers that multiply to negative 6 but add up to uh, negative 1 will be x minus 3 and x plus 2. Bottom one, by GCF, we get 3 factored out. X minus 3 is there, times 2 over x plus 2. Then as you can see, x plus 2 cancels out. X minus 3 cancels out. We are only left with 2 on the top and then 3 on the bottom. So we get 2 on the top, 3 on the bottom, 2/3, which is choice 1 becomes our answer. How about the second one? This is complex fraction. Why should you multiply top and bottom so that we can get rid of all the denominators? That's right, we could multiply them by xy, because xy is the common denominator. Then here, what do we end up getting? When xy is multiplied to x over y would have cancelled out, having x from here, we get x squared. Minus here, x's cancels out, that means y from here, y from here, y squared. That's what we end up getting on the numerator. How about denominator? Here y's cancels out, we only have x left, plus x's cancels out, we only have y left. But notice that we can factor the numerator one more time. And here we get x minus y and x plus y. And on the denominator we have x plus y. So canceling these two things out, we are left with x minus y, which is choice 4. Number 3. Let's look at this one further. We have a plus 3 and a minus 3. That will be the factor of the a squared minus 9. On the bottom, by GCF, we get a can be factored out. We have a minus 3. On the denominator, we have a plus 3. That's already done. On the numerator, we can factor out a, and we have a plus 1. And a plus 3 cancels out, a minus 3 cancels out, and a also cancels out. We are left with a plus 1. So choice 4 becomes our answer again. Number 4. So here we have a minus 1 over a. Divide the entire thing by a squared minus a minus 1 over a squared. Now what can you multiply top and bottom so that you can get rid of all the fractions, or denominators rather? Yes, we have to multiply by a squared. Both of them contains a, but we need a bigger one to cancel out the bigger value, or bigger denominator. So then here we end up getting one of the a's cancels out, so we have one a left and a minus 1, so a times a minus 1 becomes our numerator. How about the denominator? A squares cancels out, we have a squared minus 1, but when you factor the denominator, we get a plus 1 and a minus 1. On the top we have a times a minus 1, so therefore these two cancels out. We are left with a over a plus 1 becomes our answer. So therefore, which is choice 1. Number 5. Here we have, what can I multiply top and bottom so that we can get rid of all the denominators? If you have to be x, then you cannot cancel 2. That's right, so we have to multiply top and bottom by 2x. Then what happened? X cancels out, 2 and 2 becomes 4 over entire 2x we've cancelled out here, so we end up getting 1. 4 over 1, which is equal to simply 4. Number 6. You see, when we have division, we can just multiply by its reciprocal. And here we have 1 minus x times 1 plus x. That is the difference of square. Here we in the bottom, we end up getting x plus 1 multiplied by. Here we get factor out the 6, then we have x squared plus 1. And then on the bottom, since we are flipping it, x to the fourth is in fact equal to x squared plus 1 and x squared minus 1. Now, here we realize that if I were to write this one more time, then I'm just going to erase this portion right over here, because this can be factored further into x minus 1 and x plus 1. Then let's see what we can cancel. These two can cancel, 6's can cancel, x squared plus 1 can be cancelled out. I have 1 minus x versus x minus 1. These are almost the same except the sign itself, so in these kind of cases we can cancel them out. We have negative 1 left. Then on top we have negative 1, on the bottom we have x plus 1. And that becomes our answer, which is choice 4. Alright, let's look at number 7. 1 over x squared minus 1 over y squared. Entire thing over 1 over y plus 1 over x. So once again we are multiplying top and bottom by x squared y squared. X squared y squared. And from here, x squared cancels out. We are left with y squared from the first term, and then y, second term is y cancels out. We only have x left, minus x squared. How about here? Since one of the y's will cancel out, then we have x squared y plus, same idea, x y squared. And right after that, we end up realizing that this becomes y plus x and y minus x. And here we have xy is common, and we have x plus y is left. Hence, all these two things can cancel out. Then our final answer is y minus x over x times y. That becomes our answer, which is choice 2. Let's look at number 8. We want to simplify this one. Then obviously 3 plus x and 3 minus x. Here 2 is common factor, so once you factor out 2, we have 5x squared minus 14 minus 3. Which two numbers multiply, and then ultimately we end up getting a negative 14x in the middle. In fact, it can be possible by 2, and then 5x, and x has to be the first term of each binomial, and then we gotta have negative 3. That means what if I have negative 3 here and then positive 1? Then you will see that this one is simply equal to 1x, while this one becomes 15x, so negative 15x in fact. So when you combine them, then you'll end up getting the one in the middle. So then here we get nothing cancels out except these two. You see once again the location has been switched up between 3 minus x versus x minus 3. You have negative 1 on top. Then negative 1 times 3 plus x becomes, both of them has to be negative. Then we end up getting choice 3. Number 9. Once again, let's factor this one. Common factor becomes x. Then we have 2 plus x. On the denominator we have x plus 2, x plus 3. Then these two cancels out. We have x over x plus 3, which is choice 2. Number 10, same idea as before in one of the questions. So 1 over x plus 1 over y. Entire thing over 1 over x squared minus y, 1 over y squared. What should you multiply top and bottom? So that we can have no fractions. Yes, that's right, it will be x times y. But we need a square from both terms, especially for the bottom one. Then here x is cancels out. We have x y squared plus y's will cancel out. X stays the same, so x squared y. entire thing divided by here. We have x squared cancels out. We have y squared left minus x squared left. Then here, what do we realize? xy is common. Then we have y plus x. While in the denominator we have y plus x and y minus x. So these two cancels out. We have finally xy over y minus x becomes our answer, which is choice 1. Let's look at number 12. Once again, simplification. Here we, for the first one, we realize the common factor here, which is x. So we have x minus 9. On the bottom we have 5x. Then we have 9 minus x. You see, since the orders are not the same, x minus 9 versus 9 minus x, as you cancel them out, we just gotta have negative 1 sign. And x is also cancels out. That means we have negative 1 over 5 is the only thing that's left, which is choice 2. Number 12. Which one of them can be written in the simplest form? And in that case, in this case, this will be simplest form because this one can be factored out. So therefore, the answer will be choice 3. Number 13. Let's look at it. So here we have x minus 3, x plus 3. That would be the factor of the x squared minus 9. On the bottom we have x now plus 6 and x minus 3. That this one got us the multiplication to be negative 18, but add up to be 3x. And we're gonna make this one into multiplication by flipping it. Then we end up getting x plus 6 and x plus 2. And then the top one, which now goes into the bottom, we have x plus 3 and x minus 2. So let's look at it. We have x plus 6 cancels out, x plus 3 cancels out, and then x minus 3 cancels out, and we have x plus 2 over x minus 2, which would be choice 4. The last question. So this here becomes x minus 7 divided by 3x squared minus 8x plus 4. Has to be divided by this one, which is 3x minus 21 all over 6x squared minus 24. Let's see what happens. You can try to factor this one. Then you will realize that x minus 7 is x minus 7 here. We end up having 3x and then x negative 2 and negative 4. Oops, negative 2 and then negative 2. Then here we end up getting negative 2x. It becomes negative 6x. So end up being negative 8x. And I'm going to flip the division into multiplication, and then here we have 6 and then x squared minus 4. Denominator we have 3 times x minus 7. But in fact, x squared minus 4 can be rewritten as x plus 2 and x minus 2. So therefore these two cancels out. 6 cancels out with this one, 3, leaving us 2. X minus 2 cancels out, and that's about it. So we have 2 times x plus 2 all over 3x minus 2. So then, which one would be the correct answer? Choice 3, it seems to be. Alright, that's it. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.